Uh, 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 we're live. Oh my God. It's been so long. Okay, so we're playing D&D tonight. We're excited. We've put the word out on social media that we're back today, and hopefully some of you see it. So anyway, there's a hurricane coming. Luckily, we're far enough north of it or in the middle of nowhere, Carla, that it's not really impacting us. Unlike last time we streamed where we had thunderstorms that blew out the power temporarily while we were here in the middle of the stream. But we still continued that stream. Um, much to the blessing of everyone there. So the party has gotten back together. We have one party member out today for their own. I think the term was they were out being a brat. I think was what was being discussed as they
The last
entered the chat on
the
our
last
so
days of Brat Summer. You got to make
yeah,
it last.
yeah, on our on the Games Tavern Discord, which by the way, if you're not on the Games Tavern Discord, you should be on it. It's a lot of fun. You can play games with some of the other community members that are there, and you can talk to us. You can share your D&D pictures and your excitement over the game and everything else for any TTRPG. And we're just always excited to hear from the people who are a part of the community in general. So, hey, join that TGT Discord. Hopefully that's going up in chat somewhere. Up there it is. Thank you, Tech Goblin, and a big thanks to our Tech Goblin behind the scenes, Phil, who keeps us all going despite lightning storms and power outages. Um, and Phil, do you have any music that you'd like to really just kind of start us off with here? Hang on. Just waiting
Wonderwall.
for him to do. Yeah, yeah. Something we can play legally without getting a copyright strike, perhaps. Uh, Thank you. This is good. This is
Dungeon
good.
music.
No, it's good summary music. Perfect choice. So, as we dance, Vecna Wonderwall or DMCA Wonderwall. Oh, okay, yeah. Thank you, Sim. Um, so where we were last, the party had kind of split up prior to that and were attacked separately by apparently a group of people who were intent on killing multiple members of the party, or at least inflicting serious bodily harm, but mostly it looked like murder. Um, in the course of stopping that, the party had come together, one group pursuing another one who was running to escape, not realizing he was running right into the rest of the party, who had already defeated everyone else there. In the course of doing so, the party had, what's the word I'm looking for? Interrogated, or what's the word? Spirited interrogations of one member who decided to poison himself, leaving the one barbarian seriously wounded. From there, the barbarian who was wounded was brought back. Lester, with his delightful yet cheeky Cockney accent, he followed the party around and basically was trying to save his own skin, despite being charmed by Turja. And after the charm was released, he was still enamored and taken with Turja. If for no other reason to save his own skin, but you never know. Things have happened in crazier ways. I love that Turja's commenting in chat that it was really weird. Yes, it was for you. However, the party, having discovered a number of things and uncovering a key to Bane's temple, or a key of Bane, have also discovered a secret door in an old forgotten nook dedicated to Bane that was used by one of the escapees that they discovered. Using that nook, they discovered the secret entrance that led to a spiral staircase that, according to the map on the wall, led down into the deep Undermountain of Waterdeep to what is potentially a Temple of Bane. With that in mind, 1 second here. Rafe, memorizing the map, confidently started the party down the stairway, leaving us to where we are now. Oh, and of other note, strangely, our good friend, Luciano, was reunited after uncovered as part of some kind of disguise he was wearing in the same temple where Rafe was. After leaving the party briefly during his trip to Bardic College. The role of Luciano will be played by the Dungeon Master. Hopefully he doesn't kill him off today. I hope you're watching. And the party now crawling down into these stairways continues down. Can we lower that into some dungeon music? Not quite so loud. Not quite so loud. There we go. Here, dungeon music. Any second now. He's gonna fade out, fade in. Here he is, doing his magic. Oh, did you set on some torchlight there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. Very good. Very good. So, as you continue down the spiral staircase, you get down probably 30, 40 feet. The cool air gives way to warmer air. Not hot, just not so cold anymore. Almost like a pleasant 60 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's cold.
Fahrenheit.
That's cold.
Compared to the bitter cold you've been experiencing outside in Waterdeep, it's quite pleasant.
That's pretty nice.
It's almost shorts weather if you're from Garlow's neck of the woods.
Yarp. So,
that being said, it is now also becoming so dark that only those with dark vision can see.
Does anyone have dark vision?
No one here has dark vision, do they? What's the rule?
We are legally obligated to check and say it out loud if you have dark vision.
It's totally dark. No one can see.
I can see. I have dark vision.
Ah, see? That's how it's done.
Right, yeah, I have dark vision.
Oh, okay. But no one else has dark vision, right?
Well,
I have a magic tattoo, but I cast dancing lights instead.
Everyone's dark vision is now blurred out as how many
it's a dim light. It's not a bright light.
Yep. Yeah, night vision goggle glare. We're all blind for the next minute.
Yeah, totally blind. So, with that in mind, how many balls of light explode out of your hand?
The max. I think it's 4.
4? Okay.
Yeah. Yes, 4.
Okay. 4 balls of dancing light start to appear in the very close confines of a spiral staircase. So narrow, only one person can go down at a time in a row. Who's in the lead? Cimarine or Garlow?
I think I'll go first.
Okay. Cimarine right behind you?
Yeah, okay.
Well, Garlow, right after the light comes out, you get about 5 more feet, and you see what can only be described as the desiccated, decrepit remains of a body. Could be a homeless dude, could be something else, but they appear to be in black robes, maybe gray. It's kind of hard to tell in this dim light. But they have long since dried up and decayed.
I holler back to the others. So far the guard seems pretty distracted, and I poke the skull off with the edge of my glaive. I'm just gonna knock it back down the.
It kind of goes dunk, like a hollow bowl, if you will, bouncing down.
Well, that should make this like super easy, right?
I mean, yeah, we can only hope. It'd be, I'm not entirely sure about this Bane character, but I mean, doesn't seem to be boding so well so far. Seems pretty lackluster.
Well, let's remain cautious. Bane was known for, well, not being tricky, but being brutal.
I mean, clearly, this guy's like dried out. Bummer.
So, continuing down, you go for what seems like just a forever amount of time. One after the other, spiral staircases. occasionally coming across the small little glinting piece of metal or something, that a coin, a copper that may have fallen off somebody's pocket, but it looks like these stairs have not been tread for many, many years. Until the stairway finally opens up into what can only be described as a 5-foot wide hallway. Very lengthy. About, I want to say 40 or 50 feet long, and then what appears to be some more stairs
Going up or down?
down.
I basically,
And-
so like, because Sim's taller than I am, so I basically like lean my head back to look at her and I say, am I the only one dreading the fact that we're going to have to go back up these stairs?
No, I think that thinking is optimistic. It assumes we're going to survive.
Persia, we got this. This is fine. We've done worse than going upstairs. We can definitely survive going upstairs.
That wasn't quite what I meant.
And I'm just saying the calves are going to be burning something fierce. It's quads
Let's hope
all
so.
the ways.
It's a good workout.
If you guys want to bring up the map, oh great tech goblin, I think you'll see, generally speaking, where we're at here.
You forgot handsome. Oh, great,
yeah,
handsome tech goblin.
You are handsome, tech goblin. You are very, very handsome. You will see the stairway that you have just emerged from, with everything behind you going back up the spiral staircase in order, if I recall correctly. And we kind of asked just before we started, just so I could have this prep for everybody. Garlo in the lead, with Cimarine right behind, able to fire over his head with her bow, should she wish it, provided his giant glaive is not in the way. Followed by Turja, then Rafe, then Luciano in the rear. Do I have any changes that want to be requested before I put your order in?
I think my glaive is on my back, but yeah, that's where I'm standing.
Okay.
Swap me with Luciano.
Okay. Done deal. Boom. Everyone is now in order. Okay.
And being in order, I'm going to go ahead and just cast Mage Armor right now.
I mean, you're in the dungeon now. Now's the time to do it. And how long does that last? Let's remind everyone.
8 hours.
8 hours.
8 hours. That's right. The 8-hour protection of Mage Armor. Take it by mouth orally. It's kind of like my allergy medication, except your allergy is to, sharp objects and other blunt objects that hurt.
I'm also allergic to sharp objects.
Yeah, right. Okay. So, approaching forward, you are now at the top of what appears to be another long stairway that goes down into the darkness that is beyond your dark vision. Mind you, the 4 balls of light now also show anyone else in the darkness exactly where you are. Just so we're clear.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I
if we
think
hear something, I'll snuff them out.
Okay.
I mean, you don't have to, Turja. Honestly, if you want to just have like 2 over us and then 2, several feet ahead of us, so then as we pass them, they just kind of keep circling up.
I shrug and I send 2 forward, 30 feet.
Okay.
Because they're like 10-foot lights, right? Is that how that works?
I think it's dim light for 20 feet. Where'd the
You're
bell
able to
go?
see even further.
But it's dim light like a German.
Each
club
light sets
light.
dim light in a 10-foot radius. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
So you can see toward the bottom of the stairs. However, because of the angle of the stairs, you can't see much further than another 20-30 feet. And it appears that you are in a well-built stone passageway with stairs going down, built of rough-hewn stone steps, but not rough-hewn, well-hewn, well-worn as well, stone steps that were built, polished, and placed into position. Wherever this is in the Undermountain of Waterdeep, it was well built intentionally. It almost looks dwarven, but not quite. It's so old, it's hard to tell.
Garlo advances.
Okay. You get to the bottom of the stairs and past that a little bit. And as you get down there, you hear, you see a stone face on the wall. It says, "Go back! All is lost."
That's a good sign. Let's keep going.
I ask the stone face, why is all lost?
Go back! All is lost.
What happens if we go forward anyway?
Yeah, can I make a perception check? Like, is it just the face, or do I see like a handle or a guy behind a curtain or something?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh, nat one. Oh, I forgot
looks-
I have the gift of luck, but I gotta call that first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but
It looks
Just
like the
my-
stone face is moving briefly and says it.
great
And you
and
can see
terrible
dim-
stone golem. We're trying to find our way through here. Is there any way we can pass?
You see other faces on the walls further down. Carved in stone and in the walls. You're standing right next to the one that just said that to you.
So it's not blocking our path, it's just on the
Nope,
wall next to
it's
us?
just on the wall next to you.
I just turn to the others and be like, do we just keep going? Are we gonna listen to the face?
Can I do a perception check for traps?
Sure.
17.
You look along the stones from your vantage point, just behind Sim and Garlo, and you see nothing. I mean, nothing indicates a trap necessarily. I mean, you're paying very close to any stones that are out of place, any tiles that might have shifted or have markings on them, any holes that are in the wrong place in the walls. There doesn't appear to be any.
I shrug. I wasn't really expecting anything. I just thought it was prudent to check.
I don't think these faces know what they're talking about. I think we should keep going.
Yeah, I mean, like, they don't even have any feet. How do they know what's ahead? They're just stuck in the
Exactly.
wall.
Yeah,
Right.
they don't know anything. Let's go.
Bunch of faces. All right, Garlo, keep moving.
You get to the second face. You would do well to heed the words that were before you.
Sorry, Brandon is a huge Christmas Carol fan, and that's all I can think of. Is the door knocker. Okay. Do we just keep pushing on? Are we gonna listen to all of them? Let's just keep moving, right?
I mean,
Can I
they
poke
talk
the
fast.
face that said... Can I poke the second face? The one that said that?
You're gonna poke it?
Yes.
Okay, you poke it. Nothing happens.
I say, I don't suppose you actually can think in there. Tell us what's going on. Oh, I guess it's just an automated warning.
You would do well to heed the words before you.
All right, keep moving.
Yep, it's automated. Let's go.
You get ahead of it.
Are
The
there
next
any
one-
words before us?
Turn back, all is lost was the words before us, right?
Yeah. But he's
Yeah.
thinking. Rafe is thinking, and that's important.
I meant like in front of the party.
There is no inscriptions on the walls. You get to the third one. Please stop. You must stop now.
There has to be something really good at the end of this.
Could you perhaps give us a little more context or background?
I mean, you could tell one of them off next time. I don't know. I mean, it's your call, but like, whatever works for you guys. You move forward again, and another one says,
where's Lester in this
"Stop
one?
now, or all is lost forever."
I still have the lights going ahead.
Okay.
Keep pressing
I
on.
secure the bag.
I think Garlo's just kind of walking. He's like, Rafe and Turja, and that they'll holler if something's wrong.
So, hold on a second here. You see two pathways before you. One that goes further forward and to the right, and then one immediately to your left. The one to your left appears to go, you can just barely see a chamber of some sort. The one to the right, you cannot tell where it goes. Both look dusty and well, not very well traveled.
I take a piece of chalk out and I draw an arrow on the wall pointing back the way we came.
Okay.
Yeah.
So according to my internalized map, where am I going?
Well, that's the problem. The whole thing's a temple, right? But some things should indicate that you should have already seen two other passages before this. However, your instincts say go left, based on what you saw on the map before. There should be, at some point, somewhere to the left, a large temple chamber.
Garlo, go left here.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
All right, so go ahead and move yourself left. How are these lights coming in?
I draw them closer. I draw them closer to the party since we can really see ahead.
Ooh, missed opportunity to say like a wrecking ball.
I'll do that
Okay.
next.
Looking in, you see a chamber full of, well, busted furniture, horribly disfigured chunks of skeletal remains, and stone. It looks like it's filled in debris from something, but you can't quite tell. And there's a couple really old pieces of wood furniture that looks like it was at one time finely wrought, but all over it has just all sorts of markings and bloodstains. Even though it's really old, you can tell it's blood.
Yeah. Garlo takes a minute, kind of bummed out, like, oh, this is a really nice piece. A shame. Wasted down here. I think, is it any, like, piles or anything? Or is it just kind of, like, scattered bits?
It's like someone dumped all this stuff here as a junk place.
Okay.
But
I think
the furniture here, like, was obviously beaten hard. Like, there's dents in it, carved out chunks, dragged in. I mean, just like whatever it is, just went to town on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, if it's got just like a moment, like as everyone else starts filtering in, Garlo takes his glaive and just starts poking in some of like the debris pits, just like, just in case things are like, something's in it, like if there's rats or whatnot, just kind of pokes around in it, just kind of moving it around.
Nope.
Looks all clear in here. Looks like we've got something heading back the way we came.
Well, we should search everywhere just to be safe.
Fair enough. Garlo keeps advancing.
Okay. The rest of you continue in the room?
Yes.
Yes, no? Okay.
Mhm.
All right. When in doubt, you can go ahead and move yourselves as you see fit. So, Garlo, moving forward the way you are, you notice that there is a room that goes further forward, or the hallway goes further forward, and a large opening goes off to the right.
Moves up towards the opening, so he stands in it and just be like, "Hey, Rafe, that map of yours. Either we go and we got a big opening here, or we got more hallway heading back."
That opening should be towards the sanctuary.
The main open chamber, actually.
Well, in most temples, it would be a sanctuary.
Cathedral in the Church of Bane.
What's a sanctuary, Rafe?
It's a place where you would take refuge and participate in worship, or rituals, or blood sacrifices, I guess, if you're Baneites.
Let's try to avoid the last bit, shall we?
Well, that gives
Well, there
power
are no
over them.
Baneites here.
Yes, and let's try to avoid them too.
Well, yes, if Bane was not a dead god, then there would probably be a consecration on the chamber, but given that he is, I don't know. Unless someone new has moved in.
Keep moving forward.
All right. Now, at this point, hold on 1 second here. Oops. As you guys are moving, Turja's moving those lights, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you enter into what can only be expressed as a large open temple area, you see very dimly lit with green flame torches. A large temple area. It is hard to see, even with dark vision, because of the way the green light lights it. But as you know, Rafe explained to you on the way down during the stairway that Bane thrives in darkness.
You'd say darkness is his ally, then.
I would say that that would be a very good choice for Bane. That being said, you are absolutely seeing a magnificent cathedral carved and built in the stone areas. It's wide open areas and marked with a blue or gray rug all the way down, almost as if it was meant to be black. But it's worn and faded with time. And at the far end is an obsidian throne, no doubt built for a high priest of Bane.
Garlo, I think you should go sit in that chair.
I mean, it's not exactly gnome size, but it's got a certain appeal.
Let me finish describing this room. There is
There might be a better
debris.
chair.
There is debris everywhere, and what looks to be a number of bedrolls that are actually relatively newish. And by relatively, I mean within the last 10, 15 years. However, long disused. As you enter in, you also see that there are a number of tables, chairs, and what looks to be a spot that used to hold, based on the faded pieces there, some rocks that resemble obsidian that somehow has been chiseled away. Similar to what the throne looks like in the distance. Tapestries along the walls are tattered and worn, but show the black hand of Bane throughout. The massive cathedral goes up 40, 50, 60 feet in an archway. Carved in relief of that are warped figures that look like they would have nothing more than pleasure inflicting pain and fear on everyone they meet. The tables and chairs, or the tables that you see set up, are not set up as places for desks, but you see what appears to be shackles or leather straps attached to each and every one of them. The tables are of various different uses. They look like they've been gathered from all sorts of different locations. And the tops of the tables look like they've been scored or beaten with weapons or other implements. That's it, guys. What are you doing now? The green flames flickering in the distance.
Do we see any exits from the room?
Yeah, there's one to the south. There is one to the directly across and slightly to the south. Slightly to the east, but slightly to the south. And there's another one that looks to be a little further up on the east side. And then there may be another one just above where you're at and to the left, north of you, and then another one further up to the north as well.
For the record, I am regularly drawing arrows pointing the exits at all intersections.
All right. So, Rafe, what are we keeping an eye out for again?
Oh, we were looking for a particular relic.
Guys, you hear Luciano say as he starts backing into the room, "We've got skeletons."
They're spooky scary.
Very. And then almost as if on cue from the debris, you guys see a number of skeletons rise up in ornate armor with black hand symbols throughout as they begin to step out of their various different places. We've got two coming in from behind us. Purple-black fire seems to build up from their hands, and they have sharp swords in their other hand.
Oh, this can't be good.
Can I get some combat music and roll for initiative, everyone?
Let's do it.
Initiative.
All right, it's been a minute, but let's see if
I
we
get a
can keep it
natural
under
20
10.
now. Great.
Hold on
Holy
here.
smokes, I broke a 10. First time in forever.
I forgot to add Lester. He's right here with you guys, too. Standing right next to Turja. There you are. Okay.
Don't worry,
Turja.
I'll put on this red shirt really quick. I'm fine.
Turja spots everything right away. What are you doing, Turja?
I pull out my crossbow and I fire a lightning bolt round.
At which one?
Let's see. The
This one?
Number 5.
Number 5. Let's see here. Okay. The one that's coming out from the south, okay?
25 to hit.
25. It does hit.
Okay. 28 piercing damage. Oh wait, that's I have sneak attack on. I don't think I get
does
sneak
not
attack on this
count.
one.
So you get
Yeah. Sorry. Give me 1
4
second to turn
damage.
it off and I'll.
4 plus 5, 9 damage. So 9 damage.
Okay, we'll call it 9. And then I get the 1d6 for the lightning.
Oh, that's piercing damage?
That's piercing damage, and then lightning.
Okay, but we're gonna call that a magic attack. So 9 plus 1, that's 10 total damage. All right.
Yep.
It hits. You see its armor crackle and sparkle with energy, and its eyes begin to light in that purple flame as well. And almost on cue, all the other skeletal creatures do the same.
Uh-oh.
Let's see here. Let's see here. They begin to chant, "For the Black Hand. For the Black Hand." And you hear them all say that. In the distance, you hear, "Go back, or all is lost," echoing through the hallway. So, that is Turja. The first one, let's see here, begins to run towards Garlo and strikes him.
Bring it on, come
2
on.
attacks. Here we go. It's taking its short, it's curved, jagged blade, and it strikes at you. Does an 11 hit?
Does not.
Let's see here. All right, no damage then. It takes a second slash at you. Does a 20 hit? Dirty 20.
That'll do.
Okay, and you take 6 slashing damage.
Yep.
Roll a Constitution. Let's see here. DC 12 Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 14.
You feel the black pain of these edged weapons as they hurt you. They almost start to wreath in necrotic energy. However, you are able to fend off the injury. Your Constitution holds. Let's see here. The other one.
Bold tip, everybody. Try not to get hit.
Yeah, definitely a good tip. This one moves in to attack Luciano. Oops, wrong one. Here we go. A 9 misses. Strikes again. Does a 17 hit Luciano? Double checking. It does. Luciano is attacked here. And almost as if on cue, the bladed weapon slashes by, doing 7 points of damage and a DC. Oh, he passes it with an 18 Constitution save, so he handles it like a champ. The next one goes. Attacking Cimarine. Further closer. Here we go, Sim. $24. Does that hit?
Yeah, a little bit.
You take 9 slashing damage. Give me a DC 12 Constitution save.
Nat 20.
Hell yeah.
Nat 20. All right. All right. He slashes again. Does a 21 hit?
Yeah.
Cutting in as deeply as it can with 7 slashing damage. Make another DC 12 Constitution saving throw.
Absolutely. 16.
16. You shrug off the deathly energies of this creature. You must spill yourself to Bane. You must give yourself in fear, supplication. And okay, this next one immediately moves on to Rafe. Come, priestly one. Change your ways now, and I'll make it less painful. Slashing at you with a sword. 23 to hit.
Hits.
10 slashing damage. Roll that DC 12 Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that beautiful bean footage.
18. He shrugs it off. The second slash with a 23 to hit.
That hits too.
Another 6 slashing damage. Make another DC 12 Constitution saving throw. That is a 14. You are safe as you shrug off the necrotic energies from these blades. Garlo, it's your move.
Yeah, we're in the temple and he says all that. I'm like, you think being in here gives you power over me? And I will bonus action and go into a rage. And as I do, I will, you'll see this shimmering energy come in and about my hands as I form 2 psychic blades, which I'm going to go ahead and start swinging in at this shadow skeleton.
You're carrying your glaive. What happens to your glaive when you do that?
I never drew my glaive out here.
Oh, okay. So you put it away after you messed with the bones that you saw.
Yeah,
earlier?
After we got to the new room. Yep.
Perfect. So 2 spectral blades come out and
then I start swinging.
Alrighty.
Natural 20 to start.
Woo!
Ho ho ho! You definitely hit it.
And I realize now that I should have gone after the one that's fighting Sim, because then I could have gotten my own sneak attack. But we'll be fine as we are. But so we will go with that. Let's roll our damage. So that is 2, and then another roll
that critical.
Bah. So that is 8 plus 2 for my rage, and that's psychic damage from my psychic blades.
Okay. Whatever is within this thing, it is certainly feeling it.
Perfect.
Okay.
And I will take my second swing. That's another crit.
How
Jesus.
in the
Wow.
world are you running 2 natural 20s?
You have no power here, Skelly. And I'm going to go ahead and roll that damage too. We're going to roll critical. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba.
Jamming your spectral sword in.
17 piercing damage on the second one. Or psychic.
You do horrendous, painful damage. As you feel it, you see these blades go in. And except for the fact that they're magical, they wouldn't normally do so much. And the psychic factor is really what's doing it, as whatever consciousness still drives these things, because these are not like normal skeletons. There's more to these things.
Mm-hmm.
You see it wreathe in pain briefly as your blades penetrate what is the ornate armor that they wear.
Yeah, I basically like kick off some of this debris here and like bring them both down like on the clavicles, and like as I'm kind of held there in its face, and I say, "Your soul is weak compared to mine," and I wrench them down the rest of the way, and then I'm free, standing. Just kind of that whole like that reverse, like when you're holding knives. So it's just like back, pulled on, and my bonus action was to rage, so I am done.
Okay. Rafe. Excuse me. Wait a minute. One of them sees an opportunity, and from a distance, it takes the purple energy from one of its hands and it fires it straight at Cimarine, who's not facing it, but facing the other skeleton. Let's see if it hits. Does a 13 hit you? Feeling something wrong, you duck just in time as it blasts across and slams into the wall further ahead. All right. Rafe, it's your turn. You have a skeleton attacking you just to the south.
Turning his full attention to that skeleton, Rafe looks at it and says, "No true terror." And I am casting Heartache on it. That is a charisma save.
Okay.
Except Rafe's Heartache is actually fear of drowning, so.
It rolled a natural 20, giving it a 19.
Oh,
All right,
them 20s are contagious.
Half damage, which is 10 psychic damage.
Okay. A second here.
And then it gets to enjoy the sensation of drowning too. So that's super fun.
It does not appear to be panicked. It is very cold. Your supplication is best given from pain and fear. Sim, it's your move. Lester comes next.
I was
Oh
gonna
wait, you have something else?
use
to do?
my move
Sorry.
to disengage.
Do you have a bonus action disengage?
No, I didn't move though.
Okay, so it's going to get a attempt to attack you as a reaction.
Can I take a 5-foot step as my move action, or is that an action?
That's older D&D.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I will stay put.
Oh, okay. Well, then that ignores that natural 20 that just got rolled by the skeleton.
Yeah.
That would have really messed you up.
I'd say, though, if you did want to shuffle, you could keep in 5 feet but move around him if you wanted to get out of the cluster. That's
Yeah,
there.
mostly I don't want to be shot in the back. No offense, Turja.
Her name's
Excuse
great.
me. Even I can't miss from 10 feet away.
Well,
Oh.
don't put
Don't
it out
jinx
there.
it.
Gee whiz.
Really?
Feeling that nat 1 on the horizon.
Mhm. Okay. Simmering, it's your move.
Super inspired by the rage just in front of me. I am also going to rage with a very bold, no one makes me bleed my own blood, as I pull out my axe, my bracelet axe, right, and we're going to swing. Rage, swing,
Okay.
overhand, big old axe. That's a 9 hit.
The 9 does not. It easily deflects your blade with its
There was too
jagged
much
blades.
excitement. But I have a second attack though, so we're just gonna come right back down. It put tings off, and we're just gonna follow that movement.
Mm-hmm.
24.
24 certainly does hit, though.
Wonderful. We'd love to see it. So we'll go ahead and do my damage, plus a d4 from my dreadful strike. So the axe itself too is leaking that ooky gooky black acidy look that it has most of the time. So we'll roll one of those as well. So it's 9 plus 2 from the rage is 11 damage. I could have been
Okay.
recklessly attacking. What was I thinking? That's
You
okay.
did it.
Didn't need it. We're good.
It backs off with the second strike that it didn't expect you to move so quickly with. Someone whose supplication will be worthy. Lester immediately bumps in to try to protect Turja where Rafe was standing before. Jumps in place. Attempts to attack this thing. Let's see what he does here. With a 2, he misses.
He runs up for the attack, and like Garlo and Sim lock eyes. Like, he's doing it. He's really doing it. Oh no.
And immediately realizes the error of his ways and stands there wide-eyed as the skeleton begins to shift position and adjust its purple glowing flaming hand and to reach forward. Luciano immediately goes, "Make way!" and breaks right through you guys. However, let's see what options he's got, because he's not completely helpless, right? Because that's what happens to you when you decide to let the DM play you. He's going to throw some Eldritch Blast down at the first one at him. So let's see here. Well, Eldritch Blast. That is a 20, which hits. Doing 1d10. That's 8 points of force damage. He then does it again. Same problem child is going to get some more of that, because that's what you do when you have Eldritch Blast. You milk it at will.
You come out blasting.
He missed. He missed with the second one. He's kind of like trying to fire, but he's also trying not to hit his friends that he just ran through as he does it. And we're back to Turja.
I move to a nice vantage point, and I shoot my crossbow again with the lightning bolt.
So when you say you move to a nice vantage point, what does that mean?
A place where I can see lots of skeletons to shoot at.
Okay, so you shift through there. All right.
Yes.
You have your
And I
pick
shoot
of
at-
3.
I shoot at number 5 again.
Okay.
Natural 20!
What is going on with you guys today? Hey
Sneak
guys.
attack.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Take that
But,
sneak attack.
Yeah. 30 piercing. I haven't rolled critical yet.
Oh, these beans have been simmering.
50
That bean footage
piercing.
so good.
I think we can just leave it lay, but not bother to roll the lightning bolt.
As the bolt hits, you see it sink right through the skull, and you see the purple light blink out of the eyes, and then the light shifts off as the body falls. Clunk with a loud clatter as the metal parts hit the ground. With that, I'd like to also remind everyone, you can impact the game by using Streamloots, and our Tech Goblin will eventually drop the link in there for Streamloots. You can pick up Streamloots packs, play those in-game. They will actually impact the game. You will see it. It will wreak havoc to all of us. Be sure and do so.
To the enemy.
You can also support the DM in case you want to just watch the world burn.
No,
with all the
no, you
players.
can't.
That's totally acceptable, especially with all these nat 20s they've been getting. But this is just them on their own, so I can only imagine what they could do with your help. That being said, it's now the skeleton's turn. And the Tech Goblin has just reminded me that I have inspiration.
And we
from
just
my
found
previous
out the
video.
handsome tech goblin betrayed the party. That's
Yes.
nice to know.
Yes. Thank you, Tech Goblin, for letting me know. However, inspiration has already been done. We'll see. I might use it here in a minute. Let's see here. The next skeleton up is... yes. This one attacking Garlo. Garlo does a 7 hit.
Does not.
I'm going to use that inspiration.
Well,
Let's see what we got here. Does a 21 hit.
that'll do.
All right, 21. See, thanks for that reminder. And Streamloots, thank you. You take 7 points of slashing damage. Make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw.
Saving throw. Ooh, that's just a 10.
You take 5 points of necrotic damage.
So that's 12 total, but as it sinks in, I look him in that skull eye, and because I'm raging, I'm resistant to all of it. And so it just seeps in, and I'm just like, I told you before, your soul's not as strong as mine, and just like pushes back a little bit. So 12 total reduced to 6.
Okay, he strikes again with his second attack. Does a 23 hit?
Yep.
We shall see whose soul is stronger. 4 slashing damage. Make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw.
19.
19. You shrug it off again.
Okay.
The next one is the one that is moving in now to attack Cimarine since Luciano left from the other side. Now Cimarine is now 2-on-1. That one attempts to hit you. Here we go. As it slashes forward, does a 23 hit?
It does.
Of course it does.
Of course it does.
Of course it does. You take 10 slashing. Make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw.
It should be 5 slashing instead.
5 slashing instead.
7!
7. You take 2, cut in half now, down to 1. Necrotic damage.
Ow.
Actually, is necrotic also halved for rage?
No, it's just bludgeoning, slashing.
Okay, so you take two necrotic damage as well, as you feel that extra spike of pain hit your body. Do you react to it?
I have nothing to do to react.
Okay. Well, I don't mean a reaction.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking so mechanically.
No.
I think at this stage, whenever we go into rage, it is mostly just angry sounds coming from the pretty elf lady. I don't have it in me at the moment. Just the ah!
Soon your anger will give way to supplication. The next roll is a 12. It misses as you deflect its next blow. The next one moves forward and shifts position slightly. Right there. To hit you again, Cimarine. The other one, now seeing that its friend has joined the fray, sees opportunity. Soon we will strap you to the table and extract your cries to worship Bane. 24 hit.
It sure did.
You take another 10 slashing damage, halved to 5. Make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw.
19.
19. You shrug it off. No matter how much they throw at you, you continue to fight it off, digging deep from within you. A 22 hits with the second slash as it moves in, trying to get to the vulnerabilities, as you're deflecting now 2 different Bane guard strikes on you. You take 7 slashing, make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw.
Is the 7 halved or not?
The 7 is halved, so 3. We're only doing whole numbers here, no fractions.
Clicking too many boxes. Con save. 12.
12. You pass it completely. It was hard at first when that one came in. You felt the burning but you fended it off. Garlo, it's your turn.
All right. So I am going to see. All right. I am going to go ahead and take my swings, my first 2 at my skelly in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to use a gift of luck point for this first one, just because I feel like I'd love to crit for a 3rd time. That just sounds so nice.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 23, but I'll take the advantage. No, we'll go with the 23.
The 23 works.
You poor thing.
I know. I'm gonna go home, guys. So that is 11 psychic damage.
Oh. Okay. You see it stop for a minute. That hurt.
Doing a little supplicating, are we? And then I cut up with the other blade, swinging one more. Oh, that's 11 on that one.
11 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Misses.
Misses. All right. But now that my bonus action is free, I get to make a bonus action attack with my psychic blades. So actually, I think I will go ahead and as that one misses, I go for his eyes in a cut across, and I'm going to use that to step towards the one that's on Sim, and I'm going to take my bonus action attack on him. So I'll take a op attack if you'd like, but
okay, it's going to try to take it because it's a greedy get.
Yep.
23 hits.
Yep.
You take 6 slashing damage.
Okay.
Make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw.
That is another 10.
You take 2 points of necrotic damage.
So that was 6 slashing.
It was 6 slashing, half to 3.
And then
2 actual necrotic full.
4 damage total.
Feel the burn as it comes across your back slightly.
Yep. And I basically like kick off again off this rubble, and I full on like stab up through the right into the shoulder of this skeleton. And I'm gonna do that reckless.
Okay.
So that is another advantage. I'll go 18, but with the advantage, 24 to hit.
24 hits.
And then with a bonus action, it is a D4 instead of a D6. But because she is an enemy and I had advantage, that's sneak attack, right?
That is correct. If you have sneak attack, a bit. Yeah, you do. You do. So yes, you get sneak attack damage because that creature is engaged.
Perfect. So that's 9 psychic damage off of the first stab, and then 2d6 sneak attack damage. 3. So
3 is higher than 0.
That's true. Good call. So that's 12 psychic damage total on this one that's on Sim.
You jam it in through the armor itself and then withdraw. It seizes up for a minute and then turns and looks back at you and goes, I've already given my life for my god. Are you prepared to give yours for yours?
I'm already back, mate.
Not understanding the
yeah, but Sim
concepts
did.
of what's
Sim
there.
and the audience did. It was cool.
It was cool. It was very cool. Let's see here. The next one up is the one that's out here is now attempting to shift past its friend and get to Turja from behind and Lester or Rafe. Rafe, sorry. Sorry, Lester and Rafe. So, seeing the opportunity with Rafe as being the big juicy target, it's going to attempt to attack you.
But Lester's wearing that nice red shirt that we got him.
24 to hit.
Hits.
You take 6 slashing damage and make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw. Oh, with a 26, he blows the doors off that. And because who else rolled a natural 20 on a Constitution saving throw?
I believe Sim did.
Sim, from this point forward, if you roll a natural 20, actually we'll retcon that. You will no longer have to make a Constitution saving throw against the necrotic effects.
Sweet.
So Rafe and Sim have now, at that point, hit a point where their Constitution is so overwhelmingly potent that it's just not giving them the free life stealing that these things are.
You've got necro antibodies. You have been exposed.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, but it's going to make a second strike at Rafe. With an 8, it misses. Rafe, it's now your turn.
Let's see. I think at this point, I am going to... No, can't do that because Lester is standing there. I guess I'm just going to disengage and then step away from this thing. So get out to here.
So you're going to use the disengage as your action.
Yep.
Okay. Boom. All right. So you get over at by team Luciana. Okay.
Yep. As close to Luciana as I can get.
And
that's it.
That's your
I've
action.
used... No,
Okay.
disengage. It was the action.
Okay. That's your action. All right. Do you have any bonus actions you want to attempt?
Nope.
No. Okay. Sim, it's your turn to deal some strikes back to these horrible Baneite skeletons that are just looking at you like, this one is so full of life and vigor.
She is looking a little rough, though, to be fair. gonna go ahead and go supplicate this, and I'm gonna go ahead and enter frenzy as I kick off a deeper, harder rage. It's gonna grant me a bonus attack with my great axe.
Okay.
So, first attack.
Which one? The one to the
The
north
one
or the
directly
one
in
to the
front of me
west?
that's flanked. Which has advantage.
Okay, so the one to the west.
Yeah, the one that Garlo's flanking.
Oh, the Garlo's flanking. Okay, the one to the north. Okay.
13.
Oh.
13. Hold on a second. Does hit.
Let's go.
Just barely.
Hey, hits a yes or no.
Oh, that was a roll. Whoops, my bad. Damage. For a crisp 3 plus 2 is gonna be 5.
Okay.
And gonna go ahead, if that didn't drop it, swing
not.
once more. Just a big old hack and slash effort on my part.
Mm-hmm.
Feet like planted. Probably pupils very, very, very small. 13!
13 also hits, just barely. Like, you just hit threshold.
Which will be
13.
13 damage, plus I'll go ahead and add my Dreadful Strike to this one. For 14 damage total.
Okay, it's looking pretty worn. But it's
Oh,
not
girl,
down.
this thing has so many hit points!
Yeah.
I guess good thing I have my third one.
Bane gives me strength when others.
Whatever, shut
fail.
up! And I'm going to roll with advantage because it's still flanked. For a nat 20.
Oh.
There she is.
Here we go. Here we go. Another nat 20 has shown up.
Do I need to roll damage?
You sure do.
Okay. I wasn't sure how low their hit points were. So 6, it's going to be 12, plus the 2 is 14.
So 14 total damage.
Yes.
And with that, how do you want to do this with that?
I think it's just a
battle?
nice, beautiful, somehow cleave, like even right through the skull, right down the middle, pieces of bone flying every which way.
You cleave right through and you see purple flames immolate and dissipate along the way as the energies that were holding it together fade away, and it crankles to the ground with what metal parts are still attached to it.
And I want to point to the one to the west and be like, "You're next."
Your
And that's my turn.
attacks give strength to Bane. All right. Lester, realizing he has screwed up royally,
No,
has
this is
decided-
his hero's journey. The call is there. Come on, Lester.
he's going to take his strike here. He does so. Misses completely and says, "I'm out," and jumps over again to get over here. And he has disengage as a bonus action anyway, so he can do that. From here, it is now Luciano's turn, and Luciano will attempt to Eldritch Blast this one that's now attacking basically somewhere soon. We'll see what happens. Eldritch Blast is a beautiful spell. A beautiful spell. Here we go. A 22 hits for 6 points of damage, and then he hits it again. Up with a 16 for 9 points. So a total
Hell
of
yeah.
15 points of damage to that horrible skeletal creature.
Where did it go?
He done blinked.
Is it not there anymore?
Yeah, it's not there anymore.
How about that?
Now
Is
it's
that better?
back.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's what happens sometimes when you hit stuff with magical stuff. That's also what happens when you misclick on the delightful TTRP or TT. What do we call it? Virtual tabletop system that we call Shard Tabletop, which we also love, by the way. Okay, so the party slashing and destroying things left and right. And also
would-
getting messed up as well. Go ahead.
With Lucy also, he has bonus action. He has inspiration still.
Oh, well, he's going to throw that to Cimarine right now because she needs it. So how does he do that real quick here? Let me double check that so I can click the right thing. Because he only gets so many of those per day.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it per long rest?
Something like that.
Let's see here. Inspiration. Where are you? Bardic Inspiration. It's a bonus action. He can do those all day long. So he casts that on... No, he has 4 of those. Sorry. So he casts that onto... Cimarine. Okay, so just remember you have a Bardic Inspiration, which in this case is going to be apply condition. There you go. You have it. All right. 10 minutes. It's a 1d8. Okay. All right. Thanks, Luciano. Great bonus action. Turja, it's your move.
Is 7 close enough to Cimarine or Luciano that I can get sneak attack on it?
Well, I can't speak numbers, but if you mean the one south of Cimarine, then yes. The one
Okay,
that's
then
now
I-
menacing after your good friend Lester has run off. He is now turning to look back and sees Cimarine now at 2-on-1 and looks at the opportunity of 3-on-1.
Then I shoot at number 7 with my crossbow, the one south of Cimarine.
Okay.
14 to hit.
14 does hit.
17 plus, give me 1d6.
Why are you getting sneak attack?
Because it's next to Cimarine, I asked. You said the one south of Cimarine was close enough for sneak attack.
I said it was
didn't
close enough for
clarify.
sneak attack?
Yep.
Oh,
That's
my
what she
fault.
asked.
Okay,
Yes.
well, we'll just assume it is. Boom, done.
Okay. Well, then 17 plus 5, 22 points
22
piercing
points
damage.
of piercing damage. That is horrific. It hits hard. However, the bolt goes through, penetrates the armor. You hear a puff of purple flame shoot back out, and then it continues moving towards Cimarine. The first one, moving on down the line here, moves to hit Garlo in the back. Come back. There is still supplication to be given. These things are cold as ice. As it attempts to slash you from behind. 8 misses. It attempts the second
he
one.
has advantage.
Oh, he does. So a 17 hits.
I recklessed on that
Does a
one.
17 hit?
17 will hit.
Okay. It then hits you for 1d8 plus 3 for 8 slashing damage. Make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw, unless you've rolled a natural 20, and I don't think you have yet on the Constitution.
Not on that. On the attacks, I do, but not on that. That's a 19.
You are safe. The second
That was
attack
before.
comes in for Reckless.
Mhm.
15 to hit.
That is my armor. So yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to roll advantage just to see if we can get that nat 20, and we cannot.
Go for it.
No, here we go. Oops, wrong button. Here we go. The next one is 11 slashing.
Okay.
Roll a DC 12 Constitution saving throw.
Nope, that's 11.
You take 1 point only of necrotic damage.
You have one?
No, you don't have necrotic damage.
I do. I
do.
have everything. I'm
really?
I'm a bear totem.
Oh, okay.
I have everything.
No,
except
you're going
psychic.
to take one. You're going to
Oh.
take at least one. Yeah. This case. Let's see here. The next one is. Hold up here. This one. Okay, the one to the west of Cimarine. He is seeing opportunity. Does a 17 hit you?
It does.
Okay, here we go. 6 slashing, halved. You don't have to take a DC Constitution saving throw because you are now that vigorous.
I'm so cool. All the time.
You kind of are.
Mhm.
It's taking a second slash.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Ooh.
That one
Not
will
good.
hit.
That one will definitely hit. Let's see here. You
Minimum
take
damage.
5. Well, critical. 13 slashing damage.
Okay, so
Them, you are hurting.
7.
6.
7. 6. 6. It's halved, rounded down for heroes. For
Woo!
players. Halved, rounded up for villains. Okay, you're hurting. However,
Ouchies.
you down. Garlo, it's your move, buddy.
Yeah. Sam, watch yourself. And Garlo's gonna go ahead and take a swing on his friend here. I'll just, he got it before, so I'll just be reckless.
Okay.
So that's a 12, but we'll go
Does not hit.
recklessly.
Reckless. Here we go. 15 hits.
50. Perfect.
Okay.
11 psychic.
You see it stutter for a minute, and the purple flames kind of wink out and wink back in. Almost there.
Yeah, I think you're just about ready to be supplicated, right? How about bisected instead? And I bring my psychic blade down, going for the neck, and I'm gonna swing again.
Okay.
But still reckless, so that
There we
is
go.
19.
19 hits.
12 pierce, or 12 psychic.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah, basically like that first attack, I get him to his knee, and then I backhand swipe, and I go for the head, and just take it clean off.
You hear the head separate almost quietly, and then you hear the metal of the helm on it bounce. Boom, boom, bing, bong, bong, ka-tong, ka-ting, ka-tong, and then the body just drops
Yeah,
with a
and
loud
I think
clatter.
I do like a huge like backswing to do it, to take it off, and it like pulls me, because I'm reckless, it pulls me around to kind of face where Sim is. And you see I gather that soul energy into both hands, and as my bonus action I huck it kind of like a tomahawk style, and my psychic blades actually have a ranged ability too. So I'm going to bonus action throw my last blade at the skeleton to the south.
Okay.
And if I hit, because I have advantage and she's there, that'll be my sneak attack.
It will.
So it is just a D4 though, but we'll see what happens. Reckless, that is 21 on the start, but let's get that. Let's get that nat 20. Come on, let's feel it. Okay.
23. And
20.
remember, with Streamloots cards, you could have given him an advantage to that. All right, 23. Here we go.
Okay,
Roll that,
so
that
is
D4 plus sneak attack.
D4. So that is 9 psychic to start, and then with another 10, so 19 psychic damage.
How do you want to do that?
Yeah, it is just a full-on, like, Sim, I see her, like, take off that one, and she's just, like, getting attacked on both sides, so it is that, like, they're in danger, and so it just, like, pools in my hands, and, like, both of those blades combine into one big axe, kind of like kindness, and just full-on, because it's reckless, Garlo basically, like, stumbles with how hard he throws it, and it just, like, full-on plants in the chest of the skeleton and like knocks him back a few feet.
The skeleton just full eyes back, arms dropping, and it just completely hits the ground and just shatters in place.
And I'll there's no one else, so yeah, I'll just move basically to like get behind Sim and like kind of between Lucy, just kind of watching Lucy's back.
Rafe, what are you doing?
First of all, I'm going to reach into my bag of holding, and I am going to pull out one, and then another of these clubs that we happen to be dragging around and toss one of them at Garlo.
A club to Garlo?
Yep.
Okay. Boom.
I didn't get you anything.
Don't worry about it. It's probably going to be more effective than trying to stab skeletons, though.
All right. Anything else?
And
Rick?
that's all I'm doing. Yeah.
Okay. Cimmerian, you are facing down the last one that appears to be hell-bent, Bane-bent on taking you out.
Yeah, now if I take him out first to a nice dinner, we learn about each other.
Things I did not expect to hear.
It's
I
my-
would
it's my
like to hear
twist
more
here.
about how you want to give supplication while strapped
You
to a
don't want to
table,
cheat on Wraith, do you?
being cut to
Oh.
pieces.
It's just dinner. I think we're just gonna go ahead, completely ignoring. I know Garlo there earlier kind of gave that warning shot for be careful. It's just deaf ears as continuing to scream and hit as much as possible. Again, this almost repetitive up over action.
Okay.
First stack. 24.
24 hits.
Damn.
Oh, you're reckless though. Are you reckless right now?
No, but I could be.
Okay. I mean, like, if you wish to be, you could be.
I mean, let's do it for the crit, right?
Okay. She's gonna do it for the crit.
That's the same thing.
Okay. All right, so
Um,
you got 12 slashing plus what now?
But 2, so it's 14 slashing.
Okay, 14 slashing.
He's in that crit.
And then second attack
Second attack.
with our advantage.
Get it.
Thank
Or
God.
unnatural 20.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
All right. No, it's theater. It's building it up right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here it comes. I can feel it.
13 slashing.
13 slashing.
And I'll
This
go ahead.
thing is looking very. It's not on the brink, but it's definitely, you did a lot of hurting to it.
I'll add my dreadful strike onto that as well for additional 2 psychic damage.
You see the purple flames wink for a minute, and it comes right back, even brighter.
I wink back. And last attack
Come on. Mm-mm.
with advantage.
Come on.
24
Ah.
again.
24.
Woo!
Okay.
Teasing with it.
So 13 slashing total.
You got anything else you want to put on that?
That's the only thing that I can.
You see it stagger back briefly, attempting to get away. Do you want to make a reaction on that?
Mechanically or
Yes. Mechanically, do you have a reaction you wish to do to that?
I unfortunately I don't think I do.
You can't do opportunity attacks?
Oh, if he's actually actively moving away, then yes.
Yeah, yes. He's staggering
Yes.
back to move away.
Then let's slash him one more time
All right.
with effort with Moxie. It's
Moxie.
still frenzied, right? Or not
Yeah.
frenzied.
Moxie's still there?
this.
Yeah.
You got it.
No, I don't.
Miss.
It's too
no,
much.
Bardic.
Do you have Bardic
Bardic-
Inspiration?
Okay, for
That's-
You got to be. It's a 12,
D8.
right?
Yeah, you got to roll 13.
okay, so there's a chance.
There's a slim
There's
chance.
a
Yeah.
chance.
You roll an
There's
8
25%.
plus 7.
32.7.
Yeah, you
We got
could do it.
37.5% chance.
8
That's
plus
where
7
it is.
hits. Roll
I
that
think there's a
damage.
moment
Now
where,
all
like,
you got to do is not
Okay.
roll a 1. Just don't roll a 1.
right? So it's 8 total. I think my axe hits the stone of the wall, which catches it a little bit, which is where, like, oh gosh, this is actually gonna happen, and then put enough oomph behind it to bring it down in a diagonal to get the skeleton.
So, clang, you twist over, and you watch it fall. Clang, 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 clang.
And then turn around, looking desperately for anything else to attack.
And you can hear the frothing of Cimmerian as she turns.
Anyone else want this?
Let's go.
That was close.
Yeah.
Everything
Uh,
goes quiet.
Gather round. I'm going to attempt to do something here. And that is take some time and cast prayer of healing.
Gather round, old Papa Ray for story.
For story and healing.
And I'm going to go ahead and actually use empowered healing to get rid of that 1, because that's garbage. 1. Let me reroll that. I got to roll D8. So give me 1 D8.
Do I hear 1? Do I hear 1 D8?
Much better.
6 out
All
of
right,
8's
so
pretty
that's
good.
23 healing for everyone.
Because that's part of a short rest, right? Prayer of healing? Is that how that language works?
Yeah, technically, yes. It is a short rest now.
Sure.
So in the next hour, as you do that,
Just kind of
the smell of the place is what really starts to catch your attention. It is musty. It is not wet. It is just dry. And some of you, while resting in this state, can pick through a little bit here and there. It appears that adventurers had often come in here thinking they could rest, and these Baneite skeletons would attack them, take them, strap them to tables, and do that. You don't know why they didn't choose to do that while you were resting today, only that you did not have that happen. It could be because you set off every magic mouth in the place as you were walking in and did not heed the words. But nonetheless, there you are. There are many, 10, 15-year-old dry rotted bedrolls mixed in on the other side of the room there. But again, there are other openings. And there are things you are looking for.
Did we want to take a break or?
I think now is a perfect time for a break, actually. Thank you for asking, Garlo. So we're going to take a quick break for just a few minutes, and when we come back, we're going to be watching what happens next to the party as they figure it out for themselves where this key goes. And we're back as the party has done a wonderful, wonderful job of sitting around while Papa Rafe gives them the healing words that they needed to hear. As they hear the white noise of waves in the distance of that healing music, or healing ritual that he provided.
Lucy's playing the hit bard songs of Jimothy Buffet.
Jimothy Buffet, good choice.
Jimothy
Buffet.
White sands and crashing beaches.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. The
I
passion.
thought it was Jimothy Toupee.
Oh, Jimothy Toupee is also good.
Also good. Also a good choice. Then, while the party is resting, except for Turja, who emerged unscathed, she immediately begins rummaging through anything and everything not
very, very carefully. This is clearly not a very nice place to be.
What does very carefully mean?
It means that I'm on the lookout for items that they might be dangerous to touch.
Oh, okay. Aside from, I mean, you're on this side of the rugs, right? Because you see the long blue-gray rug that's along there. So we're assuming you're sticking close to the party as well, because you're kind of like, everybody's a little gun shy at this point. You basically got a, Bane guard ambush. You do find an ornate etched 1 foot, or excuse me, a 2 foot stick, right? It has some arcane things on it. Which, as you flip through it and you look around it, you see some statements that say presto extendo. And then you see another one that says extendo, right? So depending on what you say, these appear to be activation words for this stick. That right now is club-sized.
Well,
I guess I'll pick it up.
I say...
No, Turja found it.
Turja found it.
Turja found it.
Yeah. I say presto extendo while holding it from the center.
Boonk. It shoots out and it becomes a 10-foot long pole.
I say presto extendo again.
Boonk. It goes back down to 2 feet.
I say just plain extendo.
Boonk. It's the size of a bow staff.
I say extendo again.
Boonk. It's 2 feet again.
I say, hey everyone, I think I found a magic staff.
Oh.
It's a...
Well, I know I found a magic staff. But I think it's not very dangerous to us. I think we can take it with us.
I feel like it's a lot of, like, the party is listening to Rafe tell us about the history of Bane and everything, while Turja is playing with presents in the corner, and so we all just
extendo! Presto, extendo! Extendo! Presto, extendo!
It's all very fine, Rafe. Yeah, it's very interesting.
Does anyone want the magic stick?
I guess I'll take it if no one else needs it.
I mean, I could take it if you don't want it.
I completely ignore Lester and take it and toss it to Rafe.
It's worth a try.
Garlo just tosses his immovable rod just like around his hand, like tosses, like, I'm good.
You find a small chest, Turja. It is not locked, but it has about 350 gold pieces and assorted coins. Copper, silver, electrum, even some electrum, gold, maybe a couple platinum here and there, but it's just basically what was ever stripped off of the adventurers that were there.
Okay, I tell everyone I found it, and then I put it in my holding purse, my purse of holding.
Okay.
The coin purse has like individual like sockets for like releasing coins, right?
It automatically will release what you
Well, no,
need.
because like, does it sound like a
Ching, ching,
coin
ching,
sorter
ching,
as she dumps
no,
it in? It's just
no.
like.
It does not make that sound, but it does. You do hear some shifting of coins in there. That's what you find from that side.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think while Turja's looting and Rafe is talking, I think like sitting crisscross applesauce next to Sim, I think Carlos like, everything good?
I think Sim's head is in Rafe's lap. Yeah, just a little
Aw.
tired.
Good, hell of a swing.
Thanks. I've got super strong, and I can do that. It's great. I like your new whooshies.
Yeah, and I just like summon it into my hand. I'm like, I didn't know that they would really work on this side. You don't really have as much steel and things over yonder, so it's just they kind of make do. But yeah, cool thing is, and Garlo like hucks it over near the table next to Lester there, so it like stabs into like the table. But you see, once it hits, it just vanishes, and there's no trace of it besides the mark that it left. Like, it's pretty hard to lose, and it just like all of a sudden forms back in Garlo's hand again, and then disappears.
It's gonna make getting away with murder a lot easier, I think.
Not what I was going for, but yeah, definitely sure.
We just end up in jail a lot. I don't know. Less proof of it, I think, is good.
Yeah, that's fair. That is a fair assessment. It's happened more than once, which is weird. If I had an Electrum.
We'd have two. Did you have to fight while you were not alive?
I think there's just kind of a look on Garlo's face of like something. There was a lot of it was just kind of putting myself back together, but yeah, there's I think more defending, but there was a need to be able to kind of gird your spirit, make it stronger, make your soul harder to be able to defend. There's a lot, but it feels like there was a lot. It feels like it, if that makes any sense.
Sorry, I didn't mean to, like, kill the vibe. Are you tired too? He has another leg. We could probably use it as a pillow.
No, that's fine. I'll just push Lucy over, and I just kind of like literally just kind of shove him.
Okay, I'll just
like
be a pillow.
I'm glad you're back. That was fun.
Glad to see you haven't lost a step. I wink. And just kind of close my eyes listening to Rafe babble.
Now, Bane is often referred to as the Lord of Terror.
Mm-hmm.
Presumably this was because he meant to strike fear into the hearts of all who did not worship him.
Scary guy, yeah.
Did anyone care who he was before he became a god? Or he put on the mask of godhood, so to speak?
Well, Bane was a god, and then troubles, and then wasn't a god, and then rose up to godhood again, and then was finally killed, allegedly. So, as far as most people are concerned, he's always been a god. You'd have to ask other gods about him.
Do you think he
I
felt
look
in
at
charge?
Rafe and I say, how do you kill a god?
Oh. Well, based on what we've been told, essentially, they are beings that can die. You just have to figure out how.
Yep.
I don't like that. Gods are supposed to be immortal. What's the point of worshipping them if they're not all powerful?
I mean, pretty powerful. It's better than less powerful, I imagine.
So, this god's dead now.
Yes.
How'd
Yes,
he come to
Bane.
die?
Uh,
It's obviously happened before my time.
it had something to do with the recent conflict between our world and the surrounding cosmological. It's honestly, I feel like you would be better off consulting a priest of Ogma, because this is really more their bag than mine.
I think Garlo and Lucy like share a look like Rafe doesn't know. It's fine.
I think you're right. He doesn't know.
Well, that was a riveting story. Tertia, looked like you pretty thoroughly cleaned the spot. Any of these doors looking good to you? Or, Rafe, where'd that map any more points out of this, chapel?
Well, we're looking for some skull-like object. It looks to me like we've struck out because everything appears to be actual skulls.
From here, everyone make a perception check. Tertia with advantage.
Ooh.
Oh, 18. Should have used that advantage.
24.
Nice.
Dirty 20.
It's going to sit on that 12.
Tertia notices it first, but as she says something, even the exhausted Sim notices. The carpet that's there does have footprints on it. And it's really interesting about those footprints is they're human-sized, and they are relatively recent. And they apparently go from the foot of the carpet all the way up to the throne itself. There are several sets of footprints as if people have come and gone, and then they break off and either go towards the doorway to the south, or they step around the throne as you walk up and down to follow these footprints from the stone floor. They go around the floor at the plinth of the stone. Of the stone throne, the obsidian throne. Sorry. Examining the obsidian throne, you see there is a place in the throne on the side that matches where the key would go. On the other side, you see a matching skull on the key itself in the same way that your key would have for the Banal throne.
Say that very last bit again, I'm sorry.
So the throne has skulls on both sides normally, except that one is in the shape of the key that is in Rob's hand as the end piece. The other piece is just a skull right there. So there's a missing piece to this throne that matches the shape of the key that Rafe has.
Rafe, do you see this?
Oh, interesting. Here, and I'm just gonna hand her the other half of the key. See what you can make of that.
I inserted in the empty slot in the throne.
The throne, you hear a couple clacks, and then you see the throne begin to move forward, revealing a secret passage behind it to another room.
I look at the others and shrug and say, well, I suggest we try this way first.
Seems like a logical thing to do. Lester, feeling brave?
Do I have a choice here?
Not really, no.
All right, then in we go. Does that mean me first?
You're a very perceptive individual, Lester.
Why do I feel like I'm being used for bait?
Nonsense.
All right, fine. Here's the deal. I want to hold the key as I go in.
No.
I don't want to die in here.
It's fine. How do you think they're gonna let you die?
How exactly will the key save you?
It'll help me get back out in case it shuts behind me.
We're going with you, you bloody idiot.
Well, then why do I got to go first?
Because I
Because
don't know
we
if
have
there's
to be
anything
right
in the way.
behind you.
Fine, I'm going in. And then he goes.
Right behind him.
A large octagonal room, in the middle of which, carved into the stone below, appears to be various different components of a teleport circle. Inside, at the edge of the door, is another hole that matches the key that is in the throne. On the teleport circle itself, there is another hole that matches the key that is now in the throne.
Look to Turja. So we need to gather up all the skulls, or what?
You only have the one key.
So there's a slot for the key on the other side of the throne. There's a slot for the key in the teleport circle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I look at Garlo and I say, it looks like we have to insert the key into the teleport circle to teleport.
Fair enough.
I'd say that hole matches the shapes there. Yes. Matches the shapes.
Oh, alright. So we just snag it and bring it with us, and then this chair closes behind us, or do we need to find another key? I mean, we haven't looked anywhere else here in this chapel. There might be more.
I think it's the same key for both slots.
Yes. I don't think that looking around would hurt, but keep in mind that the chances that there are traps in here still are fairly good.
I made pretty quick work of the first one. Well, hold on. We got stopped by those faces. So first one, swing on us. That was our bad. Second one, skeletons. Took care of that one pretty well.
You start hearing the sounds of metal scraping along, or like a like a bowl being dragged along the floor somewhere. Outside, back in the chapel.
If we're going to go, I think we'd better go now.
We're not at least a bit curious what's dragging bowls over there.
Not at all. Not in the slightest.
Is it still open behind the chair, or did it close behind us?
Nope, the chair's still open. The key's still in the chair.
I mean,
Well, can we see it? Can we see what's scraping the metal?
Right now, you're in the room. Are you leaving the room?
No, I'm just asking if we can see out the door.
Carlo's gonna go.
All right, so stepping out of the room, you can't quite see because of the debris that's out there, but something along the debris path where you knock down all the skeletal bodies, there's something over there, and there's something dragging metal around.
Reed, I didn't even think to ask when we first encountered them, but can I roll to figure out what those skeletons are?
Sure.
Probably religion.
Yeah.
A 15?
You know they were at some point related to Bane, and they were probably either former priests or former relatively ranking officials that were transformed into something undead.
Dark wizards.
To continue their vile act and to guard the temple for the rest of their unnatural lives.
Carlo's pretty curious about what's going on out there. But I'll defer if we're going to try to just portal out or explore. That's up to you. I think Carlo turns back. All right, so what are we thinking? Do we want to try this, or do we want to look around a little bit more. I mean, again, this is just the first room we've gone in.
Yeah,
As you're
I
saying
suspect
that,
it's
you
the
hear
right
the
room.
metal bowls dragging around. You hear a couple other clatters as metal is getting racked up or banged around. You see something flutter briefly from the ground up and then back down, but you can't quite tell what it was.
I say we go.
I said we look
I-
around.
I'm not adverse to taking one more look around, Garlo, but keep in mind that the next fight, after that, we should really get out of here.
And again, if it gets bad, we have the key. We can just leave this door open.
Well, right now the key is still in the throne. You haven't said you removed it,
Yeah.
so the throne is
Yeah,
still
so
held in place.
Place. So we have our out if we need be.
Yeah,
Things get
right
dicey. We
into
just
the
dip.
unknown, but sure.
Do we have to come back this way? Because if we have to come back this way, inevitably we're going to have to fight whatever's there, yeah? If it's something to fight, it could be a friend.
We could get a rest in between.
Oh, you didn't want to listen to Papa Rafe's story though.
While everyone's arguing, I pull the key out of the throne and dodge back in before the throne can shut on me. I shut the door on us.
Garlo is still standing outside.
Oh, well, then I grab Garlo and pull him in as I do it.
Garlo can pick you up and move you around anywhere he wants. So I'm
Yes,
pretty.
I know that, but Garlo isn't expecting me to yank him up there. I'm just I don't need to like have a full force to if he's not expecting to resist.
So as you pull it, this throne doesn't shift and slam right back into place.
Oh,
It slowly begins moving back towards the wall.
Okay, so Turgid grabs me and it starts slowly shifting. So Garlos, like, as he's being pulled back, just clicks his immovable rod where the throne is right now, so it stops it from moving.
Okay. The throne does not move. From behind, it just... You hear the magical arcane energies holding it in place.
Garlo,
As
please, we
it's
need to
attempting
find
to fight the
Sakia.
immovable rod, and the immovable rod is attempting to fight it back.
Ooh, rod's good. It's a good rod. All right. I mean, you really want to just dip?
Yes. I really
Alright.
want to just dip. I think this is the way forward.
At
All
that
right.
sound, as you glance back, you see something flips up. It has a long tail with feathery ends on it, and a whole bunch of feathery parts and antennae on the front. It has an arched oblong body, and in its mouth, it has what appears to be a now rusting helmet
Look,
that is
friend-shaped.
disintegrating. And then another one bumps up with what appears to be a shoulder pauldron that is falling apart and disintegrating in its mouth right away.
I look at Turgid and I say please.
Please.
All right. And I look at her as I click the rod back.
They start
Remember-
moving towards you.
Yeah, click the rod as we go back in. I don't work for you, Turgid. I work with you. And I walk back into the portal room.
Just both of you make it in just as it closes. Whatever was outside is still outside.
All right. Plug in, play. Let's find out where we're about then.
So the way the
Carlos,
key is
correct.
shaped, it could fit in any number of positions on this thing. How do you wish to put it in?
Could I
And by the way,
been a myth-
there's multiple positions on this teleport circle
That was
where it
actually
could
just
be
going to
placed as
ask.
well. In addition to the actual direction it can be placed.
So I don't have proficiency per se in Arcana, but what I do have as a gnome is Artificer's Lore, which gives me pseudo expertise. I'm allowed to double my proficiency when making rolls with history checks related to magic items or alchemical objects or technological devices. So looking at this thing and like seeing kind of like it's an arcane teleportation circle, could I give someone the help action in like assessing what way we think something might work?
You certainly can try.
I'll give I think I have a sort of idea how this works. Someone want to give a hand here?
I shrug and say, on our way.
So I'll give somebody else the help action, as I have no int. So,
Rob,
Yeah, you're
wanna
gonna
do
want somebody
the-
who's not Rafe.
Okay. Rafe. Rafe
Bro,
is
you
in
want
the-
someone that's not Sim?
Is this an Arcana roll or a History roll?
Arcana.
I've got +3. Can anyone beat that?
No.
nope.
Okay, well then I'll roll it.
Okay.
Does your
I'll give
helping
you
action
help.
give me advantage or what?
It does.
Well, let's see if we can do higher. 17.
17. You're looking and you can see that the way the teleport circle is built, it can go to a number of different places, right? Several of which are obvious. One of which is an old word that you recognize from the history books of Zentil Keep. Another one is listed as what is it? Hold on a second here. Let me get this location listing here.
Oh, should we just as we're like going through it and everything, I just turn to the others like, should we just see? Are there any markings or something of people who've come here before, like footprints near a certain sigil?
No, there's footprints all over,
Okay.
but they don't really make anything. And wherever the teleport circle is, it's perfectly clean, so you can't tell where they were standing on the inside of the circle when they were dropping anything. You don't see any markings necessarily because of the way this is built that shows where a key may have been inserted more or less than others. But you see another place that's called Skull Gorge and another place called, you can't even really pronounce it properly, Iakchu Zvim. And then there is a couple other words that you can't quite make out no matter how much you try. It's not wording that you understand. One of which appears to be waterdeep. You do understand. It just says waterdeep. And then there's another one. Hold on a minute. Let me double check the lore on that. I'm going to pull that real quick here. That is the last known place.
The strange one here, Albuquerque? I don't understand. Albuquerque.
Yeah. Albuquerque. Yeah, that's what it was called. Yeah, Albuquerque.
QQ. It's a weird way to spell it.
Yeah. And that's what you got.
Didn't you say there was one more place?
There were places you couldn't understand. I just gave it to you, Albuquerque.
And then, so just for my notes, so how many total places were there? Even if we can't understand it.
There were 7 places total. One of which is this place. And there may be others, but this is the ones you know for sure exist.
So it looks like this one might be here. It just says Waterdeep. This one is Zentil Keep. This one's Skull Gorge. This one, it's odd. Ialchu Theme. Does that make sense to anyone?
Can I do a history check?
Yeah, I guess it would be history, right, Reed?
Or
religion.
Yeah.
History.
Flat 10.
That's
Oh!
Holy shnikes, baby.
Big brain.
Woo!
still that might not be enough, but
It's the best you can do, so.
Literally.
You are reminded of a statement, Turja, from the Temple of Ogma, a quote from Elminster, the Sage of Shadowdale, the old mage. Those knowledgeable in the ways of the gods have long known that Iachu's Vim wanted to see his father dead. How ironic for him that he got his wish, only to see Bane replaced by someone even more powerful.
No, that's the son of Bane, the whole big thing. I'm pretty sure he's still alive, and also very, very angry that he is not the new god of tyranny.
Oh, well, I guess we're not going there.
No, probably not a
No.
good place to go.
Yes. Well, Zentil Keep is obviously wrong as well, but at least I think it's wrong. I don't think Manchun is there.
I think he frequents a skull gorge.
Not when I say this location is not Waterdeep.
Yeah, that's what I was actually going to ask too.
Yeah. So this location is literally like X marks the spot. It doesn't really name it. It says
here.
It's a home button, you know. It's like home, you know.
So I mean, Waterdeep. I mean, that's where Lester. That's where you saw your mates all heading out of, right? The tower here in Waterdeep.
Yeah, it was that tower. Yeah, we came in. We got yelled at really bad.
I mean, Skull Gorge sounds nice, but I mean,
certainly one place to look. Skull Gorge does sound kind of nice, at least in the fact that it's not a massively fortified tower in the middle of Waterdeep.
You want to go to Skull Gorge?
No, we're just saying.
I mean,
it's definitely a side mission to get pictures at Skull Gorge. I went to Skull Gorge and all I got was this tunic.
Well, I'm sure we could find some other skulls there for you.
Huh? So if this takes us in, do we need to be prepped for a fight from the get, or are we trying to be a little more sneaky about it?
I think we're safer if we have weapons out when we teleport.
Okay. Garlo is going to then summon his spectral blade, but then as it comes into his hand, he is going to shift it down in this malleable state of this like arcane spiritual energy, and as it like condenses, it gets brighter, and then it will lightly pop and hit all of you, and I'm going to go ahead and activate my psychic whispers. So we will have some psychic connection so we can talk in our heads and not have to worry about being overheard. And I'm going to roll a d6 to see how many hours it lasts. Double checking the math. Psychic whispers. Yep, psychic energy dice for a number of hours. And that's a d6. Oh. So for the next 3 hours, we can communicate psychically as long as we're within a mile of each other.
And when you say we, it's how many people? Everybody?
Yep.
Nice.
That is pretty cool. So as long as you're alive, right?
Number of creatures equal to my proficiency bonus, and then roll a thing. So my proficiency bonus, myself plus proficiency, and we have three. So me and 3 others. So the 3 of us right now. Lucy is unfortunately not here, so he doesn't get it.
He's gonna have to stick to somebody pretty closely, right? Okay. I am pulling together the right pieces here. That's what I'm looking for right there, I think. Just to double check. Yes. Okay. Okay. Where does this wind up? 2. Okay. Just making sure I get this right because I don't want to mess this up because there are people who will make sure that they tell me if I do, thanks to the internet. Okay, cool. All right. You appear in a room. Wait, have you taken the circle?
Yeah.
You're taking it to the Waterdeep
Yes.
location?
Waterdeep, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You appear in a room. Okay. As you enter this room, it is filled with garbage, ankle deep. And as you appear in the room, several runes begin to flash to life. Blue and crackling with energy. You see them charging up. What are you doing? Roll initiative, everyone.
Oh, yeah? Turn off the trash compactors on the 4th floor! Jesus Christ. That's the highest initiative I think I've ever rolled on Shard Tabletop.
You hear the electrical lightning begin to crackle and they start to... There are scorch marks all over the floor. Are you guys going to stay there?
I
I think we should leave! This does not seem very safe!
Is there an area in the immediate vicinity without scorch marks?
There's a stairway that goes up. It is a circular room, matching just a few feet wider than the actual teleport circle you guys took.
Yeah. Are we acting in initiative order, or?
Yes. So, Garlo, what are you doing?
Garlo, being the big, strong gnome he is going to literally grab Lucy and head for the stairs. And I will use a dash action so that if I have half speed carrying him, if you'd like, then it's still going to be 35 feet.
Okay.
Oh, actually, it's going to be even further because I am a rogue, so I can bonus action dash too.
But you're carrying someone, so no.
Well, then
I'm
it's
saying
just,
it's
just
slow
an
it
extra
down.
15 feet, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 15 feet. Yeah.
So then that's still 50 feet total.
Okay. So bolting up the stairs, you go.
Grab him and run.
Sim, what are you doing? You're muted.
I am
Okay.
also going to run, but my way is more whimsical and fun, more like hopscotch or leaping like side to side. It's very,
So you're skipping.
yeah, basically.
Okay.
Dashing as well.
Hold on a second here. All right, at this point, I gotta start rolling dice here. Hold on a second.
I don't know why. I'm doing this perfectly. There's nothing to worry about.
Yeah,
Cimarine is
We'll find
agile and
out.
graceful.
we'll find out.
Can we assume that Lester
Sim,
already started running
There's
away?
all the. It's all
Lester
a bunch of trash.
is gonna run in initiative order, which is not yet.
So is
Turgia,
Sim doing hardcore parkour as she runs through it?
she's doing whimsical parkour.
Yeah,
Parkour.
we're trying to dodge. It's
So-
fun. It's a game. We're just gonna not hit anything.
Step on a crack, break your mother's back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't get sapped.
yeah.
It
Uh,
rhymes.
Turgia, what are you doing?
Do I, really quick, do I see the skull that we put down in the teleport circle? Like, do I see it in its place in the circle?
Nope.
Okay. Well, if I don't see that, then I just run as fast as I can. So I do dash as my action and dash as my bonus action, and that's 90 feet total.
Okay. So you start sprinting up the stairs. You won't go 90 feet, but you're going to basically bump other people off the stairs. Is that what you're doing?
Well, I mean, friendly,
You
moving
start
past friendly
weaving
doesn't
through
bump them up
everybody.
the stairs.
You basically
Yes.
dart faster than anyone ever moves at all. All
Well,
right, Rafe.
if I wasn't carrying Lucy, I'd be faster. Just saying.
Okay.
You actually would.
How far above us is the ceiling of this chamber?
It's about a second here. It's about a good solid 20, 30 feet up.
Okay. Then I am just going to parkour my way up the stairs.
Okay, so skipping 2 or 3 stairs at a time because you're tall, pointlessly. You continue to
There's a
scale.
point to being tall.
Yeah. You shoot up those stairs pretty quick.
And then dash to double my movement here.
Of course you do. Hold on a second here.
I'm not as fast as Terja, despite being taller.
The lightning strikes again.
Sergio is quite tall for
They
a
start arcing to each other. Lester starts running like hell. He's up there.
Lester, no!
Yeah. Oh shit! And he keeps going faster and faster. Here. Okay. And he's bolting up the stairs. As he goes as quickly as possible, lightning continues to strike, except this time it just starts going. It starts burning the garbage that's on the ground. As you guys are making your way up the stairs, it starts filling the room again, and then as you get to the top of the stairs, the arcs, crackles, and pops fade away.
That was a lot.
Coming up the stairs, you arrive to a new room that appears to be a musty library. Check that. Let me rephrase that. Hold on here. Nope, not a musty library. This is a room, as you get up the stairs, that opens up into a large circular area. There is a landing and a narrow ledge. The landing is 10 feet square, met by 2 staircases. One descends 20 feet to another area, and one ascends 20 more feet to another area. The descending one is the one that went down to the room that you just left. From there's a narrow ledge built on the opposite wall with a life-size statue of a bearded human wizard standing atop it. The wizard looks angry and is leveling a stone wand at the door behind you.
You said an angry-looking statue of a wizard?
Yep. And as you get to the top of that, now you haven't hit that landing yet. You're standing in the stairway, looking at the landing. Beyond the landing, the stairway continues further forward. Below the landing, it goes down into the pit that you just left that was full of garbage. It's an open tower. You appear to be in an open cylindrical tower. Above and beyond that, you're not entirely sure what you see. But that's where you are.
Okay. So then, because of Garlo's psychic stuff, like as we deliberate and talk, all of it is within our heads. So we don't have to worry about being overheard. So Garlo just like, all right, so are we wanting to check out that statue before we keep moving? Or just...
So what we doing? I don't know. What are we doing? Says Luciano.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and kill Lester because he's become a liability. All right, so, but yeah, do big earmuffs for Lester. Go. Huh?
Oh, yeah. Mom's word.
All right, so do we push Lester down the hole or what are we doing with her? But Lucy's fine. But Turja, if you'll just have him be quiet forever, I guess, until we tell him to stop. But then, what are we thinking? Do we want to just push on, find out what happens, or do we want to try to throw something at that that wand looks menacing, right?
It definitely does. If we're
Is
gonna
the
go
wizard pointing the
forward,
wand at his garbage heap? I give a dubious look at the teleport circle with the burning garbage.
It's down below.
Okay.
30 feet.
Well, I do have a look at the door that leads to the teleport circle with the burning garbage.
So, what do we think? Or, Turja, I mean, we could try to sneak around and have a look at it, see if something's funny.
I shrug and lead the way up.
it
I can come
definitely could be trapped. The only way I can think of to take care of it would be very loud, though.
Well, I mean, if it fails, then I guess we can do that way.
Sure.
So I'll come with Turja if we want to try to stealth.
So what are you trying to do?
Stealth
So
up
there's
to
a
the center?
landing with a doorway to your left.
Mhm.
And past the landing is another stair rotates, continuing up the tower. Inside the hollow point of the tower goes all the way down, so it looks open all the way, up and down, up until you get to the top, the level above you. Opposite that stairway, and below it on a ledge, that's just there, is a large life-size statue with it pointing an angry wand at the door behind you.
So we want to check out the door to our left?
I say, hey Lester, does any of this look familiar to you? Quietly.
No, we never came in this way.
Oh dear.
And again, we weren't part of this area. I mean, it's got the same feel as the place, but this isn't a place I've been in. I don't remember that statue. That's for sure.
Just out of curiosity, what was the name of the tower that we were looking at with the force wall in front of it?
Colot Towers.
Does it look like it could be the inside of Colot Towers?
I mean, it's hard to tell. You haven't seen any windows yet, so you've just got that doorway. It looks like it would probably exit a tower because it's the outside, unless this has an inner tower and another ring outside, another ring outside. It could be.
Russian nesting towers.
Yeah, I mean, it could be one of the towers. It could be any tower right now. You don't have anything to go on.
Let's try to find a window. See if we can see outside. Maybe place ourselves.
I mean, that doorway might exit the tower.
Let's see.
Maybe it's where the groundskeepers are kept. I don't know.
Yeah.
The groundskeepers are kept?
Good for them. They
Maybe the
they're in a
groundskeeper is
pen?
an undead zombie that is kept by the wizard, statue.
They're called lawn guards, unlike the Bane guard of the temple. He has lawn guard, and they're just undead. They
Constantly
use
picking weeds.
They have scythes, but they're used to mow grass. I mean, that's it.
All right, let's take a look at the door.
Stepping onto the landing. As you step onto the landing and look at the door, from behind you, you see the statue levitate a foot up into the air above the ledge, and the commanding voice in common says, "I am Dulork Kolat, the great wizard and master of this tower. How dare you invade my home? Leave at once or be destroyed by the magic beyond your comprehension."
Can I comprehend this magic?
By what do you mean?
Can I figure out what he's implying?
Nope.
There's nothing magical about the statue?
Oh, the statue just levitated. The statue is levitating.
Okay, so can I figure
You
out what
hear
else
this
is going
booming
on
voice.
with it?
I mean, you could do detect magic and figure it out, or
Well, I mean,
there's no other
yes.
way. I mean, there's magical things that can do this.
Okay. And I guess. Oh, well, that's interesting. A levitating statue. That seems rather absurd.
At least we found out where we are. Colot Tower.
Carlos like, yep, we're definitely getting out of here. And Garlo like opens the door just to like take a gander at what's outside.
You open the door, and from outside, you open the door and you see what looks to be a major walkway that goes around the tower, like a parapet, if you will, and a bridge with no sidewalls whatsoever that goes to the next tower, and a door. You see a door and a larger tower to the outside.
So is this the exit, or is it further up? Where exit is where exactly, Mr. Duloc Coolit?
The statue just sits there, levitating.
I don't think this is an interactive golem, Garlo. I think this is just meant to intimidate people.
That's fine, but I have no idea if that's the outside. It's just a freaking walkway with no rails to another door.
I'll be out of the physical view of the statue. That ought to be positive.
I mean, we can also go up the stairs.
Your call.
Can I make a perception check if I hear anything upstairs?
I mean, you can. Go ahead.
Or if I, basically like at the door, if I like see, would it be better if one of you listens for what's upstairs and I'll look what's outside?
I'll listen. Oops. Wrong. Well, 16 plus 6, 22.
That's an 11, but I am going to... yeah, why not? I'm going to try one of my other psychic abilities, Psi Bolstered Knack. When my training fails you, you can rely on your psionic powers. You can add a d6 to a skill which you are proficient in.
Go for it.
Oh, actually, no, that's for failing, so I guess this isn't exactly the same thing. So, it's an 11 for me. Looking out the door.
Okay. You hear nothing, but the door is definitely there, and you can see the crispness and the snow falling from outside. But not where you are. It's falling outside the Force Dome.
Sure. I mean, we should probably just keep going up, right? I mean, we're not trying to get out of the tower.
That goes to another tower. A big one.
That's true.
But that's not necessarily where you need to go either. Your call. Not necessarily not.
I shrug and I say to
You
Garlo,
know,
I don't hear anything.
Come to think of it, this is the statue, but it wasn't here. I know it was here last time. And looking out that door, that's the tower we came from to get into this tower.
Is this a
We never went
tower
down.
I see.
We went up.
I see the use in you now. So
It's not much. I have a dagger, and I know how to run.
Then I think maybe let's try that. And Garlo is going to close the door and start moving up the stairs.
Whew. All right, so you start to go up the stairs, and all right, you get up the stairs, and you get to what looks to be a tower that's divided in half. So you get into what is half of the tower as you get to the top. And it is a library of sorts. A tall oak bookshelf contains a few scattered books, but is mostly bare. Above the bookshelf hangs a beautifully crafted sign that reads, Alcador in common.
Say it again.
Alcador. Alcedor.
Hey, I nailed it. Cool.
Okay.
There is also, let me continue to explain what you see. The wall that separates this tower in half. Along the other side of the wall from the bookshelves Along the bookshelves is another door that leads to the other half of this tower.
I look at the books on the shelf. Anything interesting?
Hey, there's one thing we were told. Don't touch nothing.
I won't touch anything. I'm just looking. I'm serious. I won't touch anything. I'm just looking at the titles, like what I can see without touching anything.
Mostly mundane titles. There's not many books. Like whatever was here was already rummaged through a while back. There's a few mundane titles, and one smut piece that he was apparently reading. I don't know what that's all about, but hey, hey, he's doing him.
It's probably tasteful.
Yeah.
It's not. It's absolute filth.
Yeah.
Real Harlequin romance.
I'm not gonna wizard kink him. Okay, I'm just like hey, what he does with a magic wand is his business.
Not here to yuck anybody's yum.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Let's try the door.
Sure.
All right.
Does that not break the touching things rule?
No, I cast mage hands. Use that to open the door.
All right. The door opens.
Smart Alec.
Looking through, you see a room. It is just as well kept. The stairway continues. You see it on the other side. A stairway continues rising up to another level. But in here, as you walk into the room, you see that it has a tall oak bookshelf with a few dozen books. Above the bookshelf hangs a beautifully crafted sign that reads, Deerstalker, the same name of the wizard statue. The statue declared himself to be, as it threatened you if you didn't get out of his home. There's got to be, well over 25 books on this shelf.
I guess the other side, I guess Ulsador was somebody's name as well. I guess Ulsador was somebody's name as well. If this is Dulok's bookshelf, that must have been Alcidor's bookshelf.
Look over to our friend. So you're not supposed to touch anything on this level either?
You don't touch nothing in here. But from what I was told, it was two wizards that made this place a while back, and they were brothers. But they disappeared, and I don't know where they went. I'm not looking for them neither.
Sort of a timeshare sort of situation.
Yeah, sure. I don't know what that means. I've heard a wizard say that from another place, but never heard that term before outside of a wizard.
There's more books here, so as we're going by,
you count 30
out?
books in total.
Ooh.
All various interesting titles, but nothing necessarily uber interesting.
I look at Lester and I say, "Is this where you met the wizard Manchun? Is this where you saw the priest, the priest of Ogma, the priest of Gond, the one of the orange robes?"
No, it was on the other side.
On the other side of
There's
what?
a teleport circuit upstairs.
Ah.
I say, no, it's on the other side of the teleport circle upstairs. There's another one.
Oh. Well, at least we're halfway there.
Alright. Keep venturing. Let's go to the door.
No, it's not a door, it's a stairway.
Oh, stairway.
Yeah.
Open up.
All right. Going up there. You appear to have reached the highest chamber of this tower. It goes up no further. Once you've reached here, this is the top. No access to the roof, no access to a parapet. It is what it is, right? You can see the long point of the conical roof above as it continues up. However, as you come up, you see something snitch up into the rafters. And it looks like it was snakes with wings. And as soon as you do that, from the darkness of the top comes down what is called it's a floating ball with a giant eye in the middle of it and 4 stalks with what appears to be small eyes on it. And on the ground are 5 wooden treasure chests with sturdy padlocks resting against the walls. Runes inscribed on the floor form a large, faintly glowing circle. The creature floats down from above, but still stays way outside of melee range. Keep your hands where I can see them. You do not look like my master's friends, and he did not tell me that you were coming. What's your purpose?
Be friends with your master?
What treasures have you brought me?
Wait.
Hold on. We have several treasures that you may take your pick of. We have, and I'm going to reach into the bag again and pull out a couple of these weird things that we have, like a spell book that is completely useless to our party.
Well, hold on. One of us could die and get a new character.
And this set of chainmail and this cloak that flares out and say, one of these.
I can't let you do that. Not for entry. You would have to grant something far more valuable to the master.
What
Do you
does
have
the master value?
any writs from his people, perhaps, to verify your identity, or should I just warn him now through explosive energy against all of you?
I think that's necessary.
Do you have that writ from Ed Silver Strings?
Mm-hmm.
And with that, we're going to catch up the next time we stream and find out what happens as the party attempts to talk their way out of explosive spectators. So much fun, guys. Thank you so much for playing. We're going to find out what happens next in this very next run. I'll be excited to see you guys on our next stream, and we'll see where this cliffhanger goes. See you guys next time on Whiskey, Magic, and Destruction here on the Games Tavern.